Hi, welcome to our class for today, which is lesson 21 for the B1 level. So let's start right away our lesson. And of course, like always, let's start with our vocabulary. For today, we have the first one is missed call. Missed call. What is a missed call? Or is when someone telephones you, but you don't receive the call. That's a missed call. Okay. Let's go with number two. Call, very easy. Call or to telephone someone. Call. Number three, call back. Call back. Well, what's call back? Well, to telephone someone a second time or to telephone someone who telephoned you earlier. So that would be call back. Number four. Number four is hang on. Hang on. Hang on is to wait, especially on the phone. So if you are talking on the phone and you want the person to wait for a moment, you can say hang on, and then you go back. Okay, that will be hang on. Number four. Number five will be hang up. Hang up. Okay, that's to end a phone call. To end a phone call, hang up, or we can just do like that, right? So hang up. Number six. Uh, Keep or stay in touch. You can say keep in touch or stay in touch. That's to be or remain in contact. So if you're calling somebody, keep in touch, right? Let's keep remaining contact. Number seven, make a phone call. Make a phone call. Well, that's to use a telephone, right? So you can say, can I make a phone call, please? That's to use the telephone, right? Okay, let's go with number eight. Mobile, mobile. A mobile phone, or in America, it would be a cell phone, but you can say a mobile phone. Okay, number nine, telephone. Okay, very easy to speak to someone by telephone. That's the verb. As a verb, you can say, I'm going to telephone somebody or phone somebody. A verb. Number 10, ring. Ring. That's to telephone someone. Ring. 11, silent. Silent. Without any sound. Silent. 12, switch on or switch off. To turn off or to turn off. Switch on or switch off. Number 13, we have text. That's a very popular way right now. Text, right? That's to send a written message from a mobile phone. So I'm going to text you, right? So that's the example, and that will be it. Today was we only had 13 words. Okay, going to our lesson 21. We're going to learn a little bit today on how to say have something done. For example, if you say, I, uh, I'm having my hair colored tomorrow. So that means that you are going to do that. So to do something, you can say have something done, right? To do something. Or you can say he doesn't have his hair colored, or did you have your hair colored? So that would be, or you can say, I'm going to have my car washed, right? Or you can say, well, I'm going to have my bedroom painted. Okay, so that's a very, very common phrase or way to say that you're going to do something, to paint your room, to wash your car. Uh, so instead of saying, I'm going to wash my car, you can say, I'm going to have my car washed, right? Again, we use the past participle, right? So you can say, well, or you can say, well, she's going to have her, again, the same example that I gave you. She's going to have her bedroom painted. Okay, so that will be, we're going to be using have, noun, past participle, very important. So that's why we're using colored in this case. Now, reported speech is when I want to repeat something that somebody said. So if that person talked in the present, I need to repeat it in the past. If that person said it in the past, I need to repeat it in the past Perfect, right? So, but we're going to see that, but we're just going to focus today on in this moment, like it said, ask someone not to do something. For example, please shut the door. You see, he asked me, or he asked her to shut the door. So past simple because it's in the present. Or please don't open the door. Well, he asks her not to open the door. But that is if we are repeating things. Also over here, if we are going to report commands, tell someone not to do something. So shut the door. He told her to shut the door. Okay. Or don't open the door. He told her not to open the door. So that's we're going to repeat something that the person has already said. Now, with possessive pronouns and adjectives, it's very interesting that we have here. Well, we have the subject, I, you, he, she, it, we, or they, and the object is me, you, him, her, it, us, them. Remember that these ones go, we have a verb, and then we use this one. We can say, call me, call you, call him, call her, right? Call me. Okay, so that's always the possessive pronouns, or in this case, the object pronouns, as we can also name them. We use the a verb, and then we use the object pronoun, right? Now, possessive, we have my, your, his, her, its, our, their. That's, for example, my, and we use a noun, my house, your car, his daughter, right? And then possessive pronouns, we use mine. Is instead of saying my car, I can say mine. So, for example, I can say my car is blue, and maybe somebody will say, oh yes, mine too. It's instead of saying my car is blue too, well, mine too. So, but we're going to practice this more in our live class. But this is very, very important for you to practice it. Um, Also, another way to use possessive is to be like John's friend, or the boy's friend, his friend, my friend, a friend of John's. You can say also that, or a friend of the boys, a friend of his, a friend of mine, a friend of yours. So those are different parts of using these possessive pronouns and adjectives. Let's go very quick then to our lesson, lesson 21. And let's can turn over with your book to that lesson, which is, if I'm not wrong, in page 136. So 136, go over there. And then we're going to practice. I really like this lesson. It's a very nice lesson, and we're going to learn a lot in this lesson. Well, first of all, it starts with a little quiz, and it says, are you a good communicator? Do this quiz. So for example, you start here where it says, right, start here. So do you, for example, do you change your mobile more than once a year? If you say no, then you go here. If you say yes, then you go here, right? For example, no, right? So it says a friend phones for a chat while you are doing your homework. Do you ask him to call you back later? So if you say yes, you come here. If you say no, you come here. And at the end, we're going to find out what are you. If you are a good communicator, if you are a chatterbox, or if you are good at listening. So that's kind of interesting to see how we are, if we are good communicators or not. Then you practicing some speaking. You can say, do you agree with your result? Why or why not? And find expressions in the quiz which mean to pay money to a mobile phone company or to turn on. So that's something that can help us for our vocabulary. Uh, and another speaking question here, when should people not use their mobiles? Why? So that's a very, we can discuss this also in our live class that we're going to have. Then in the next page, we're gonna have some listening that you're going to find in our platform. And then we're going to focus on some language over here, making phone calls. So it says complete the spaces in these telephone conversations with expressions from the box. A friend of, ask for, I'm ringing. So these expressions, put them over here in this dialogue, and we're going to check it, of course. Then, well, we're going to do this in our live class, but if you want to practice it right away, you can also do it. Practice these telephone conversations, work in groups of 4. So you can do that. And then to practicing, have something done. For example, I am going to have my room painted, right? We can work on this. For example, Alexi is an international football star. He has a busy training schedule and even busier social life. He has lots of jobs done for him by other people. Look at the table above and complete the sentences below to show what he has done. Use a present tense. So for example, we can have here, checking on the picture, we can say, okay, boots clean. He, well, we can say here, he has, because it's here, right? So uh, he has his boot clean, right? He, let me see here. Yeah, he has had his boots clean, or he has, we can say again, his he has done his car washed, right? Again, try to use these examples over here, right? For example, again, he has plus something and then done, right? But we can change this, instead of saying done, we can change it by washed or cleaned or styled, or in this case, checked. And these are some, in this case, we have here an example. Yeah, he has his boots cleaned after every match, right? So in that case, uh, again, we use has because it's in third person, his boots, right? And then the past participle of clean, which is just cleaned. So you can work on that over here. Then part 2, it says, last year, Alexi got married to his girlfriend, Lucilla. They bought a beautiful new house, but Lucilla wanted to make a lot of changes to it. She spent £1,000,000. What did she have done? Complete the sentences. For example, A says she had every room painted, or she had her indoor swimming pool built, and so on. Okay. Then it says, but what wasn't all? But that wasn't all. Can you suggest 2 other things Lucilla had done to their house? So you can practice just to, in this case, to practice have something done. Then reported speech, like if you want to repeat what somebody said, we can go over here again where it says, even said, Helen told me to contact you. Commands, do it, don't do it. Tell someone to do something, tell someone not to do something. Uh, so these are just like some examples that we have. Then we're going to practice it. For example, Alex's team have just lost a match. He's phoning the manager. What does he want the manager to tell these people? Make sentences using tell plus the ideas in the box. For example, the club owner. So tell the club owner to buy some good players, right? Or tell the coach to, and then you have here the information to complete these sentences. Of course, corporate spot is very important. It says, look at these pet student sentences. Do they report commands or requests? Write the words these people said. Then report it here. We're going to report some information here. For example, please help me, Julie. She asked Julie to help her. For example, don't forget your wallet, Michael. He told Michael not to forget his wallet, right? And so on. So we will continue with that reported speech, which is very important. These parts, we're going to do it in our live class, these activities. We're going to practice on that. On the exam folder, there is a part which we're going to practice reading, and you can just complete those words and practice here some reading with this information that we have here. And there we have a last corpus spot which says a different kind of false friend. There are some English words which are also used in other languages, but in different ways. Correct the mistakes in this pet student sentence. Replace the underlined words with the correct English form. So we can say there are lots of campings that we like, or shoppings, or police officer, or parking. Well, what's the words that we can, in this case, use it differently instead of using those words? Please remember that if you have questions, you can let me know, and we can just work together. If you need some extra time also, you can let me know, and I'll be more than glad to help you. So for now, this is lesson 21. We will keep in touch for the other lessons that we are going to be working together. So thank you very much. Have a nice day.